All right. Good evening. Not sure if anyone's in here yet. We'll find out soon enough. Welcome all to the Postal Truth with moi, Angel, your host. Time now is 8 p.m. We'll do what we usually do and wait the extra minute or so, and then we will have our standard cleanup session. How is everyone doing this evening? Okay. My lovely wife Jessica is making me some tea because I have to start drinking more tea now. But she makes great tea, so no complaints there. Okay, let's get started, shall we? All right, legal disclaimer, because we got to have one every show. The information, statements, exhibits, documents, witness declarations, and supporting evidence provided herein are submitted in good faith and based upon my personal knowledge, direct experience, and verifiable records obtained through lawful channels. Nothing contained in this filming is intended to defame, misrepresent, threaten, or otherwise cause harm to any individual or agency. All references to persons, positions, and events are factual, materially relevant to the matters under review, and presented solely for the purpose of establishing a clear record for the education pursuant to applicable federal laws. Any alleged misconduct, policy violations, procedural errors, or discriminatory actions described herein are asserted as part of a protected legal process, including but not limited to whistleblower disclosures, reasonable accommodation requests, protected activity under the Whistleblower Protection Act, the Rehabilitation Act, Title VII, the Family Medical Leave Act, and the Merit Systems Principles. This submission constitutes protected speech involving matters of public concern, workplace safety, and compliance with federal statutes. It is not intended as personal criticism, but as a factual representation of events necessary for the proper evaluation of jurisdiction, remedy, and relief. Welcome one, welcome all to the Postal Truth. It is great to be here with you all today. Today is a better day for me, and it's been good the last 2 days actually, the last day or two. And it's been good, you know. So with that being said, let me open this up. So today I figured we talk about matters of concern. As I've said before, I'm not going to dig too much into my own situation anymore because there's ongoing litigation in the Merit Systems Protection Board, the National Labor Relations Board or Bureau. Hey, how you doing, Josh? Awesome. Yeah, the National Labor Relations Board. We have OWCP pending. And we also have a couple other things that are in the works right now. So, yeah. Josh said hi. So, yeah. That's kind of that. So it's going to be a broad general talk today. Okay, so we're going to do that. I received this information from a follower, one of our viewers. She didn't give me permission to use her name, so I won't. If she says it's cool, then we'll put her out and let everyone know who gave it to me, or if she wants to, she can come forward and kind of just tell you it was her. But it is about a page and a half, and it's from a news media outlet called World Socialist Website. And their official website is wsws.org. Okay. And the highlight is postal workers come forward with information on workplace deaths and unsafe conditions. Well, we can't say we didn't hear that before here. Okay. So the following statement is from the Postal Workers Rank and File Committee, which was founded in late 2023 to oppose attacks on the USPS workforce by management and their enablers in the union bureaucracy. To contact the committee, fill out the form below, and they give you a form, but she didn't give me the form with it, so I can't really share that with you guys. But there is like a little thing there, and I did a little QR code thingy, and I did share this on my Facebook page. So if you guys are interested in reaching out to them, you know, that this is for the postal workers in the room. You just follow that little link there, and you're golden. All right. So we write to you in the name of the Postal Workers Rank and File Committee and the International Workers Alliance of Work and File Committees to get involved in the inquiry into the deaths of 2 postal workers last month. The tragic, preventable deaths of our brothers Nick Acker and Russell Shrugs, Jr., exposed the deadly logic of the modernization being enforced on the Postal Service. Profit and speed are being placed above our lives. The only way these tragedies can be stopped is if rank and file workers reveal the truth and take collective action to protect our lives. Now, I'm going to stop there for a minute and kind of elaborate. We're going on 7 months now. I've been ad nauseum reporting this stuff and writing to senators and congressmen and all this stuff. And I got a response from the senator in Florida, and I'm so flabbergasted by that. She wrote to me twice already. I thank her for that, because you know what? It's a shame that I sent 3 emails to my congressman here in Fort Lauderdale, and the man hasn't even wrote back to me, investigated anything. He hasn't done nothing. But he has time to take pictures and stuff with people. Yeah, remember, elections, that's your chance to fix it. You can't complain that shit is bad if you don't vote. I know, voting don't count, voting this. Let's not talk about that. Let's stay by the line. Okay, we can discuss those particulars at another time. But anyway, I'm glad people are stepping up now, because it's sad to know that the organization has, according to the article, placed speed above safety. But yet, that's the situation we're in, because we can't get anyone to answer our calls and our petitions in Congress. You know, now senators are speaking up, like Texas and Iowa. I think it is Iowa. There's another one. Michigan, I think it's Michigan is definitely another one. And Florida now is jumping in, and they're investigating this stuff, and I'm happy. I really am happy. If anything comes out of this, is that I'm happy that my brothers and sisters finally have a voice, because, you know, regardless of what tier of the organization, and again, I've said this many times already on these little live sessions, it doesn't matter. What matters is that someone listen now, because it's better late than never. Yes, it took 2 deaths. It's tragic. And I know people are pissed. They're angry. I had a call this afternoon with one of our brothers in Vegas. We had a beautiful conversation. Michael, thanks for reaching out to me. It was great talking to you on the phone. And you are welcome to come on anytime you want. We do lives every Thursday, every Sunday, if you want to jump on in. And we don't script anything here. I don't believe in scripting nothing. You know, the only thing I ask is let's just keep it professional, because you and I both have channels. And We don't want the cross factors to start, interfering. But yeah, I'm excited about this. This is a great article, honestly. It's a good article. Yeah. So let's continue. We are calling on every postal worker to come forward with information for a worker-led injury and to begin organizing rank and file committees to take control of safety and to oppose further privatization of the Postal Service, or USPS. I'm going to elaborate on that sentence in a bit, okay? On November 8th, maintenance mechanic Nick Acker was killed inside a mail sorting machine at the Detroit Network Distribution Center in Allen Park, Michigan. Again, that's the article. That's the article's words, not mine. That's what the author wrote here. Okay. Workers report that safety features on the machine were disabled and that a grievance was filed with the American Postal Workers Union about the equipment less than 90 days before Acker lost his life. 1 week later, mail handler assistant Russell Shrugs Jr. died at the Palmetto, Georgia Processing and Distribution Center when he fell and hit his head in the facility. There were significant delays in medical treatment due to the lack of cell phone service and emergency protocols. USPS management is trying to sweep both horrific deaths under the rug and continue business as usual. We cannot let this happen. As postal workers, we know the deaths of brothers Nick and Russell are not isolated incidents. Workers in postal facilities across the country report speed up, lack of safety procedures, inadequate staffing, and pressure from management to keep machines running instead of properly shutting down for repairs. Postal carriers are facing job cuts and wage cuts along with a draconian monitoring regime. Wow, that's draconian? Ugh, I've never been heard it called that before, so that's a surprise for me. Management, OSHA, and the union bureaucracy have repeatedly failed to protect us. We're gonna go back and we're gonna go because there's a lot of stuff here that I agree with, and there's a lot of stuff that I can actually debunk in 1 or 2 sentences here. We're gonna get into that. Okay. Management, OSHA, and the union bureaucracy have repeatedly failed to protect us. Company-run investigations and advance notice of inspectors allow management to temporarily clean up plants before visits. We talked about that before. And I've said it in my documentary with Lino Miranda that the only time they fucking clean out the warehouse is when they're gonna get a gimbal. I said it on video. So if you guys didn't see that, or if you need a refresher, go back and watch it. Because a lot of this stuff that they're talking about here, I said it 6-7 months ago. Just saying. There's no pokey shots here. There's none of that. I'm happy this is coming out now. But remember, you heard it from me first, mostly. So, okay. And that's from a management perspective, not a craft perspective. Okay. So, union officials have complicit or passive leaving grievances unresolved and safety failures unchecked. That is why an independent worker-led inquiry is essential to collect the facts honestly and to build a case. The only way we will see justice is if we review the truth. Hold accountable those responsible for the conditions that put us in harm's way and set up our own shop floor organizations to take control. The inquiry must be democratically controlled by rank and file workers. It will collect testimonies, inspect machines, lock out, tag out records, document the bypassing of safety features, obtain grievance histories and witness statements, and preserve photographic and video evidence. The purpose is not to establish responsibility for these deaths, but to produce clear demand and plans to enforce safe working conditions and under workers' control. This is how you can get involved. Come forward with testimony and evidence. If you fear reprisal, we will protect your anonymity. No comment. See the long pause? No comment. Convene a meeting at your workplace to discuss working conditions and what must be done. Document hazards and preserve records, grievances, maintenance tickets, lockout tags, logs, photos of disabled sensors or blocked exits, and witness names. Organize workplace safety teams that can insist on lockout, tagout enforcement, and the right to stop unsafe work and immediate medical emergency protocols. Safety in jobs cannot be defended within the logic of profit. The push to make USPS self-sustaining through the Delivering for America plan, which is being implemented by Trump and supporters of both Democrats and Republicans, is being used to justify automation, cuts, and outsourcing that erode safety and public service. We also hear from postal workers in Canada, Europe, and other countries that similar attacks are underway throughout the world. The struggle for safety must therefore be linked to a broader campaign against privatization for workers' control of essential services. The Postal Workers Rank and File Committee has been established to service the democratic instrument through which postal workers can unite locally and internationally to defend jobs, halt dangerous speed-ups, and oppose the handing over of the postal system to private profit. We call on every postal worker who cares about their life and their lives of their coworkers to act now. Do not leave the truth to management or the union bureaucracy. Join and build rank and file committees. Contribute to the independent inquiry and connect your struggle to postal and logistics workers around the world. Together we can stop cover-ups, control safety in our workplaces, and defend the public postal service from privatization. In solidarity, the Postal Workers Rank and File Committee. Okay, and then they list their website and stuff. Okay, so let's go over this, shall we? Okay, I'm gonna kind of give my opinion, because that's all it is an opinion on the piece. And then at the end, I'm going to give my overall opinion on the matter. Okay, so a couple things that stuck out to me like a sore thumb. Management is partly responsible. Sorry, my dog decided she wanted to scratch right here in the middle of the living room. Okay. Management, in this sense, they are correct. There's a lot of push and tug to get you guys to move faster. They won't blatantly say, oh yeah, don't violate this policy, but hurry up. Hurry up and get the route done. Oh, I got this pivot here for you. You got to take it out. When you already have an 8-10 hour route, there's no fucking way you're going to get it done, but they try to slam it on you anyway. Because if they don't, and you don't deliver it, they get in trouble, the manager gets in trouble, and shit kind of rolls downhill, as they say, as my dad used to say. Okay? So yeah, with that being said, yes, that is accurate. They are pushing you guys. They're prioritizing speed over safety. This is a fact. My own personal fact that I know personally. They were more concerned about delivering packages and showing that they're delivering according to metrics than actually delivering the damn mail. I mean, it was happening in my own station. This is why I'm sitting home right now, because I started reporting shit. Okay. 6 months ago, 6-7 months ago, a lot of this stuff I said in my video with Lino, and I've also been doing the little skits and stuff in between there to confirm these things. So they're actually, it's still going on. It's not like it's ever stopped. They're just getting light on it now because our two brothers passed away. But again, they knew about this forever, you know? Very little. Yeah, I agree. And that's the problem. So they want to blame the craft employees for not successfully delivering the mail. But again, as I've said this ad nauseum, and on my video with Lino, they don't give them enough time to deliver the mail. They want to cut hours. They want to take shortcuts, but they want the mail delivered. Listen, that's like telling the hamster, don't run on this wheel because you're going to fucking fly out the damn cage. The hamster's going to run. It's what the hamster knows how to do. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, they use us like hamsters. They think we're supposed to just run real fast because they tell us to. You guys have contracts. I don't care what craft you're in. You have a contract. As a manager of customer service, still for as long as, you know, until my retirement papers come in, learn your contract. I'm telling you, it will save you. Learn your rights, man. Don't let these guys take advantage of you. Because if everyone learned their rights, took 10 minutes a day, you guys get on your phone for 10 minutes a day. Come on, don't tell me you don't. If you're going on social media, that's 10 minutes. Sometimes you'll be in a social media loophole. You just keep going and going. Oh shit, there's that, that's that. Oh, this person's doing this today. Oh, what's going on there? Oh, that one too. And then next thing you know, it's like 30, 40 minutes in. You're just swiping through your damn phone. Take 5-10 minutes to that. Learn a policy or two. Learn about situations happening in your own backyard so things like this won't be necessary. You could actually help the union shop stewards that are in your stations. I'm not saying do their work for them because they're the ones that got deputized for that shit, not you. But at the same time, if you know your rights, and if you, in my situation, for example, where you can't get the associations, because I have NAPS and I have UPMA for me, and I couldn't get none of them to do their job and help me, you know, and I'm not going to call out names and I'm not going to individualize anyone because I'm not allowed to, but I will say that the organization as a whole failed me. But they didn't forget to take their dues out of my check every 2 weeks until I stopped getting checks, right? Well, guess what? When I retire, you're not getting a fucking thing. I'm cutting that shit off. No more money for you. You guys didn't earn it. I did a better job defending myself than relying on you, and you guys were charging me money. That'll be addressed real soon. Okay? So that's that. I'm going to clarify something right now. And a lot of you are not going to want to hear this. You may not believe me. You may call me a liar. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. One second. Oh, real good. Thank you. Oh, yeah, that was good. So, everyone swears to God that the Postal Service is not privatized. I have news for you. It is. It's already privatized. Already. It happened in the 1950s when you guys wanted unions. Look up the history. Don't believe what I'm telling you. Research. Do the homework. That video I asked you guys to watch, The Great Postal Heist, the young man goes into it. If you hear him out, in the 1950s, all these businesses, and they show all the companies, supported the post office to make them self-dependent with oversight. He says it in the video. It's already privatized. Don't let these things fool you. And don't take my word for it either. Here's what I used to tell my carriers and my clerks and my staff. Never take what I tell you at face value. Go research. But you're already telling me, no, don't do that. Verify. I want you to. I'm doing that to teach them. Because if you don't push your staff to learn these things, they'll always rely on you. Then when you're in a situation like me where you can't get no one to fucking answer the phone, you don't have to freak out and say, oh my God, the world is ending. I mean, you're going to have those days. That's normal. But you get what I'm saying. Like, knowledge. Yeah, I agree, Jessica. Knowledge is power. Yeah, I agree, guys. Definitely. Scipio, Jessica. Yeah, thank you. Remember, It's already privatized, man. Don't let this shit fool you. I'm not discrediting what they're doing, because that's actually a fantastic idea. And I'm gonna go over some problems they're gonna run into though with this, and challenges you guys are gonna have to overcome locally in your own backyards. But yeah, the Postal Service is already privatized. You don't believe me? There's a documentary up already. It's been up on YouTube for years now. The Great Postal Heist. The man's dad was a clerk in the station up in Jersey. Okay. And the Postal Service supposedly, again, it's in the video. According to the video, he was set up and they fired him or suspended him and some shit like that. And he had to go fight for 364 days. On that 364th day before it flipped a year, they exonerated him. That's crazy. How are they allowed to get away with this shit? Because the Postal Service is not run by the government, it's run by corporations. And he clearly says it in the video and shows which ones are running the Postal Service for real. That's why they say the Postal Service is quasi-government. Yeah, Jessica, thank you. Yeah, quasi-government. It's not a government agency. They just hide behind the government because there's money involved, and they know if they get caught out there with their pants down, they're going to have problems like this. So do your homework, guys. Again, don't take what I'm saying at face value. I'm not telling you nothing that's not citable. It's there. The video, Jessica, my wife, put it up in the chat. It's already written there. Go take a look. It's on YouTube. It's about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour. It's a very, very, very good documentary. Very heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. But we lost one or two sisters too. The Postal Service didn't let this woman, according to the video, go get cancer treatment. Another woman was walked out because she wouldn't spool analytics. That shit is fraud. And they're still getting away with it, which is crazy. But that's according to the video. That right there I won't comment on. But according to the video, it's already privatized. So the notion about, oh, don't let them privatize the Postal Service because it's a public service. You're right. It started off that way, but it's not like that no more. It hasn't been like that since the 50s or 60s, since the Nixon era. Again, don't believe me. Do your homework. Do your research. You'll see. Okay, let's move on. USPS is trying to sweep the deaths, or as my son calls them, the oofs. Sweep the oofs under the rug and continue business as usual. We cannot let this happen. Yeah, the oof. He calls it oofs because of the Roblox game. Yeah, we don't want to oof. Yeah, no oof. Okay, so that's the impression I got from it. I'm not accusing them of anything, but when you read some of the stuff I've been reading, again, do your homework. You be your own judge. That's what I saw. Okay. Lack of safety and speed up, inadequate staffing. Yes, that's a fact. The post office is tremendously understaffed. Why? Because the managers treat them like shit and they don't want to stay working for us no more. And it's very rare you run into someone like me. Listen, you think yelling at these people is going to make them go faster? Nah, they're not going to go faster. They're going to go slower, man. You want someone to take that pivot? Listen, manners, man. It's like we forgot them. Carriers are people. Clerks are people. Janitors are people. Managers are people. I mean, come on. An ace is an ace and a spade is a spade. It's common sense. That's like the definition of insanity. Whatever. OSHA. we're going to talk about OSHA. You know, I wrote to OSHA, right? Told them what was going on in my station. Told them about the unsafe working things and everything. I told them about the safety issues in Flagler Station, and I told them about the safety issues in Buena Vista, and I told them about the safety issues in West Carrier. They didn't do a fucking thing. Article's right, unfortunately. I have to agree with it. Maybe in a more strenuous situation, like 2 deaths, you would have seen or heard from them. Nope. Here's another thing. When the post office says, oh, we don't need to let OSHA in here. We have the OIG. That's a lie. Hold that thought. I took the liberty this morning of doing some research because, again, I have nothing but time, so it's what I do. Let me pull this up. You guys are going to find this very, very, very interesting. I know I did. Okay. Here we go. 825. OSHA inspections. Bloop. 824. Safety and health inspections. Bloop. 820. Reports and investigations, program and evaluations. Bloop. 864. Medical assessments and examinations. Bloop. Let's start with OSHA. So, because, you know, they don't have to let them in, right? No, we don't have to let them in. No, we got the OIG. So, they don't have to let them in. 825, OSHA inspections. The purpose. The purpose of Section 825 is to provide general guidance when compliance, safety, and health officers, CSHOs, or compliance, safety, and health officer, industrial hygienists from OSHA conduct unannounced or announced inspections or investigations of Postal Service facilities. All such inspectors are referred to as CSHOs in 825. So that's the purpose. They can come whenever the fuck they want to, and you have to let them in. So when you hear them say, your manager says, oh, we don't have to let OSHA in here, they're breaking postal policy. I heard a manager tell me that once. Oh, we don't need to let OSHA in here. And I just looked at him. I smiled. I didn't say nothing because I knew better. That's OSHA's job to discover and investigate unsafe working conditions for you guys. They're saying they don't have to let them in. Write this down. 825. Take a look at it. It's categorized OSHA inspections. Yeah. So you may want to look at that. Okay. Okay. So I'm not going to dive too much into this, but authority. Here we go. I am gonna mention this one though, because I just talked about this. So again, if you hear them say we don't have to let OSHA into our postal facility, 825.3 authority. It is the Postal Service's policy to maintain safe and healthful working conditions and to cooperate fully with OSHA inspectors as an employer subjected to private sector enforcement. Private sector. There's that word. But wait a minute. We're not private sector, we're public. No, we're a public institution. We're the people's post office. Guys, we're already privatized. We've been privatized for years. That sentence right there says it all. Private sector enforcement. We're not public sector. That's the federal government. We're quasi-government. We only fall under the auspices of the Postal Regulatory Commission because we needed an oversight and we had the walkouts in the 50s and that's what happened. And then all these businesses got involved because they needed their fucking mail. That's the proof right there. I just read it to you. It's in postal policy. 825.3 authority. It is the Postal Service's policy to maintain safe and helpful relationship, helpful working conditions, and to cooperate fully with OSHA inspectors. As an employer subjected to private sector enforcement, it is the Postal Service's policy to ensure that inspectors are conducted in a reasonable manner. Denying them admittance into your facility is not a reasonable manner. And if you deny an OSHA inspector to come into your facility and they have credentials, you are violating ELM 825.3. Excuse me. I had like a hair or something on my tongue. It was driving me nuts. Probably because the beard is growing out again. And I'm having my flim flam moods again. Anyway, but yeah, 825.3. And they can come announced or unannounced. So here's my recommendation. Tell them to come unannounced so they can see the mail on the floor, tripping hazards and shit. Tell them to come unannounced so they can see the fire hazards, that they're blocking doors and cell phones don't work. We're in the digital age of technology and they're telling us not to use our cell phones. Now, what if somebody's cell phone worked in that plant? That man's life, those people's lives would have been saved because cell phones worked in the damn building. And even if they did, you have administration telling you not to use your fucking cell phone. But a cell phone could have saved that. It could have saved Shrug Jr.'s life from falling and hitting his head. If they would have got him to the hospital fast enough, he probably could have made it. I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying. It would have increased it more for him to survive rather than die tragically. Because the phones don't work in the building. My opinion, plus the facts that I'm reading. So there's that. Okay, that was ELM 825. Yeah, that's not cool, dude. I mean, health and safety. Let's go into that. Because again, I have nothing else better to do. And if you're noticing these things, it's all the same thing that these committees want to do. The only difference is the policy is not being enforced, but it's already policy. And that's the point that I'm getting to now today on the Postal Truth. Now we're going to move on to ELM 824. I'm going to go down. Safety and health inspections. Yes, we're supposed to have those too. The purpose of a safety and health inspection is to target specific operational facility or program deficiencies that may cause accidents, injuries, and illness, and to foster compliance with OSHA regulations and standards. So again, OSHA, to work with OSHA, to comply with OSHA, to work safely. We used to have a saying when I first started in Montana, work safely to go home safely. Somebody's waiting for you at home. And they preach that shit until you turn blue. You don't see any of those signs up anymore, right? Wow. I wonder why. You don't see the signs anywhere anymore. Why? It's systemic. It's systemic. It is happening across the board. It's not something that's just happening here or there. It's every fucking where. So, oversight. There's that favorite word we've been looking for, right? 824.311, oversight. The area human resources manager must ensure that safety and health inspections are conducted as required by this section. So who is the area's human resources manager in Florida? We need to find out who's running the show. Who's the area manager? Are they running safety checks like they're supposed to according to 824.311? You be the judge. Y'all know the answer. I'm just reading out the policy. Requirement. 824.331 requirement. They have a section called requirement. What does that fucking tell you? They're supposed to do it. End of. I mean, seriously. Wow. Are we dealing with intelligent beings, or are we dealing with people that just don't care? You guys be the judge with that. Because you're the ones that work there still. My time is setting. It's set already. But take the stuff that I'm giving you and do something. Oh, look at this. I'm going to read requirement, and then right under that, y'all going to like this one. Collateral duty FSCs must conduct an annual inspection of each installation with less than 100 work years of employment in a regular workforce. Total years, not, because I don't feel like doing it today. The FSC will conduct the inspection using instructions and an approved inspection checklist located in the safety toolkit or in the safety resources page. FSCs must enter inspection findings into the safety toolkit if they have access to the Postal Service computer. District safety personnel provide technical assistance and support as necessary. In addition, district safety personnel must visit facilities as necessary to verify results of inspections by the FSCs and provide assistance if district safety personnel perform an inspection. It serves as the annual inspection. Okay. So again, do we have anybody checking these damn facilities? I mean, people are dying, right? I'll let you answer that. Here's the one I wanted to talk to you about. 824.332, teams. Well, that's what the Postal Committee is, a team, right? It's in the policy. They have teams already. Yeah, they have teams already. It's it's policy. So inspection teams consist of the collateral deputy, FSC, and at least one supervisor. Good luck finding a supervisor that's not forced to carry mail by their manager, which is also a violation of postal policy. Because a lot of them don't even fill out the forms like they're supposed to, so that headquarters knows that you're even delivering mail. They're shortchanging the carriers that way. You're essentially stealing their hours. Yeah, I'm going to call it what it is. You're stealing their hours because you're refusing to hire fucking people. Anyway. Union representatives from both local safety and health committees may participate in the annual inspection of each installation with less than 100 work years of employment in the regular workforce where the committee exists in the installation being inspected. The installation that does not have a safety and health committee, safety and health committee, that's the same thing like the postal committee. It's already here. This is what I'm saying. It's policy. It's been the policy. These policies have been here before even I started off in the Postal Service. Most of you guys got 20 years in this already. It's policy. But they're not following the policy. So now subcommittees, that's what we call the Postal Committee. It's a subcommittee. Has to form to do the job. Hey, Tina. Hey, Lino. Hey, Denora. Subcommittees have to do the job of the Postal Service because they're not doing their own jobs. They're not following their own policy. And this is the problem across the nation. This is systemic. Okay, guys. So when you read that stuff on the on forums about teams and organizations and stuff like that, that's cool. Taking the charge is a good thing. I'm not saying it's not. It's a great thing. You guys want change, you got to enact change. That's just my opinion. But again, it's the policy already. They need to just follow the damn policy, but they're not, because they're prioritizing speed over safety. They are. An ace is an ace and a spade is a spade. They're also falsifying records to spool metrics. By illegally scanning all the packages delivered, they're spooling their records. And it's all about MPA. It's all about money. Postmasters wanting to get raises and supervisors wanting to get raises. Yeah, it's definitely disgusting. I agree, Tina. Yeah, but that's that one. Now, here's another one I got for you guys. Because again, I've been doing this stuff and learning this stuff, and you know, I kind of wanted to go over it with you, because again, I'm sitting at home not doing nothing. So hey, here we go. Here's another one that has to do with that same article. You're gonna love this one. Okay. And if I sound like I'm yelling, I'm not angry or nothing. I'm just excited because it's like, I've been talking about this. And it's like, what the hell, you know? But y'all know what I mean. Okay. So, 820. Reports and investigations. Okay. Program evaluations and inspections. There's a policy for all this stuff. For reports, investigations, evaluations, and inspections. There's a policy in place for it. And the first policy that comes up, actions in the event of accident, injury, or illness. 821.1, injury, illness, and accident reporting. The Postal Service is required under 821.11 Postal Service and OSHA reporting record keeping requirements. It is a requirement. It's not a request. They're supposed to fucking do it and that's it. End of. There's no gray area. There's no, I'm going to do it later because I just don't feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing my job and being a manager. So I'm going to just ignore them and ignore the paperwork. No. It doesn't change the fact that it's policy. 821.11, the Postal Service is required by 29 CFR 1904, recording and reporting occupational injuries and illnesses, to use the following to record occupational injuries and illnesses. They're supposed to fill out OSHA Form 300, log of work-related injuries and illness, OSHA Form 300A, summary of work-related injuries and illnesses, and OSHA 301, injury and illnesses incident report, or the equivalent form. So it doesn't have to be those forms per se, but as long as there's a form that does explain this stuff, OSHA will accept it. The Postal Service uses an accident reporting process, the Employee Health and Safety System, to fulfill these requirements. The PS Form 1769/301 accident report generated by EHS is equivalent to the OSHA Form 301. So, you know, it's like what they're trying to say there is like the SF-50 for federal workers is different from the Postal Service 50 or PS Form 50. It's the same thing. It's your job description, but it's just different acronyms for one agency over the other. But it's pretty much the same document. So They're just letting you know that you can use 1769 over 301. It's fine. Okay. 821.12 is Postal Service accident reports. 821.121, general requirements for using the employee health and safety system. The manager or supervisor of the employee or operation involved must report all accidents and occupational injuries and illnesses in the employee health and safety system within 24 hours of the date of the accident, the diagnosis of injury or illness, or the notification of a manager of the situation. Yeah, I know. And that's a problem. That's a problem, Tina. That's a big fucking problem. Yeah, that's a Merit Systems Protection Board issue as well as a National Labor Relations Board issue. Yeah, I would suggest filing the paperwork. Even though you're retired, I would still file it anyway because you have documentation. It's not like you don't. Maybe they can help you with that. I would look into that if I were you. Doesn't hurt. The worst thing they could say is no, and you're still getting paid anyway. But still, I would look into it anyway. Okay. Completion of the report in EHS is required by Postal Service policy if an accident occurs, and by the OSH Act if an occupational injury or illness that is recordable by OSHA definition occurs, regardless of torts claim action or the requirement of the Federal Employees Compensation Act. So I did file, nothing happened. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And this is what I'm talking about. It's not fair. But again, it's like I told you, they're privatized. So it's all about money. It's money, 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 money. I'll give you another example. And this is also cited. I contacted the Postal Regulatory Commission regarding my package that I mailed to Miami to the manager of HR, okay, in Miami, for local manager of HR. Do you believe that package left Fort Lauderdale, went up to Opa-locka, went down to Miami, and instead of being delivered, they sent it to Texas, okay? From Texas, it looped around Texas, came back to Opa-locka before it was delivered in Miami. 9 days for a 3-day package. So I contacted the Postal Regulatory Commission. I told them. So they contacted headquarters and told headquarters what happened. Headquarters had the district customer service individual contact me. They didn't even give me a chance to call them back. They closed out the case the same day, said it was delivered. That's it, done. There was no justification on why the package left the state of Florida when it's a local package. There was no justification on why hundreds of thousands of dollars was wasted in man hours to take that fucking package and send it across the country. There was no justification for any of that. But the Postal Service wants more money. The Postmaster General wants more money. If I was in charge of that decision, I'd say fuck no. You guys can't even manage what you have now. You want more money? Those trucks that they're coming out with is a walking disaster. I already see it. Again, personal opinion. Not fact, just opinion. Just an observation. But yeah. So I'm not going to keep going into this because it's basically OSHA, 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 OSHA. But again, didn't they say we don't have to let OSHA in our postal facilities? 1767, the EEOs are prizes for management. Yeah. Basically, when you file an EEO locally, we have to go through it because here's the thing. It will, when you go through the postal system, since there's no oversight, It goes through their investigation panel. It goes through their investigation process, right? And then when it gets to the top of the national investigator, they kick it out and say there's no jurisdiction or there's no justification for your EEO. So now you wasted all that time and money waiting because you know managers are going to start LWOPing you, putting you down as suspended, all types of weird shit that they're not supposed to do. They start doing it anyway. And this is the problem. No one's following the policy. It's policy that when you are in a reasonable accommodation, from the day you request reasonable accommodation, the Postal Service is supposed to stop everything and put you on administrative leave pending the investigation and hold the reasonable accommodation within a reasonable amount of time. Now wait 78 days before you get a decision. That's not reasonable, at least not in my definition. So, again, 824, what is it? 824? No, 820. 820, reports, investigations, program evaluations, and inspections. These are things that they're supposed to do. It's in the policy. But again, we have to create subcommittees to do the committee's job, to do the postal manager's jobs, to do the Postal Service's job because they're not doing it. And that's the point that I'm getting at. It's a shame. It's a fucking shame. And then managers like me that used to love their job, love to help people. I had a carrier that was on a medical thing, right? Okay, I won't mention names or nothing because, number one, I respect the carrier. She was cooler than shit, and she and I got along, no problems. So I'm not going to blow her spot up like that. And number two, it's against the law, and I follow policy. That's how we do it around here. We follow the rules, okay? And I would always go out because she would have problems with the damn what's that? The zebra printer. That's another waste of money because those damn things break faster than the dymos. The address label printers, that's for people that are clerks and whoever handles that stuff. Like she was doing, she was a carrier on medical restrictions, so she was just doing returns. So she had to mess with that zebra printer all day. And she always had problems with that fucking thing because they just stopped working, And she would come right to me, Angel, the printer's not working again. I'm like, yeah, I'll be right there, And I always helped her because if you don't help, what's going to happen? The work doesn't get done, But that was another waste of fucking money. How about this? They had all of us go to this, attend this mandatory maintenance housekeeping shit, right? Spend millions of dollars on this fucking program, right? For what? They scrapped the program like a year later. So what? They had to spend millions of dollars and they didn't know how. Oh, wait, let's make a program and force all the people to attend it to learn how to clean. How to vacuum, how to wipe stuff down. It was called CTC cleaning. For you guys that work in the smaller offices or in the rural offices, y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm sure y'all heard the clerks bitching and moaning, and the postmasters too, because they had to do this class about CTC cleaning. It was a waste of money. But then they wonder why they're broke. Here's another one. Let's bring all the supervisors on a symposium, spend money for their flight, spend money for their hotel, spend money for all this stuff so they could attend a training session. When you have managers in the facility that are supposed to do that because it's the policy. Yeah, your boy came armed today. I came armed today. Y'all gonna love this. Okay. So, I've heard this several times in my career. And come on, this damn Temu thing wants to pop up because I have one of those PDF thingies. Hold on. There we go. My dad's old tablet. I couldn't let it go. I miss the old wolf. All right, come on. Seriously, you're annoying me now. The people are waiting. There we go. Damn, it's hot in here. Could be the tea. Okay. I got it in here somewhere. Here we go. Chapter 7 of the Elm, Training and Development. Y'all gonna love this one. Training and Development. So, overview. Elm 710. Elm 711, Policy, Goals, Objectives, and Categories. Elm 711.1, Strategy. Here we go. Elm 711.11, General Policy. The Postal Service invests in success by providing systems and resources to meet the training and developmental needs of the organization and its employees. Broadly stated, Postal Service policy provides employees with training and development opportunities consistent with operational requirements, occupational categories, and technical and functional competencies. Management Instruction, EL 740, 2017-5, Training Development Request Process includes information on the purpose, policy, and intake processes of the Postal Service Learning and Development Group. So they're basically saying it's their job to teach you. So when you have a manager that's supposed to teach another manager how to be a manager, that's their job to teach you. It's postal policy. It's not Angel making stuff up. Chapter 7 of the Elm, Training and Development. Go look it up. And if y'all want it, I'll send it to you. It's their fucking job. Responsibility. Yeah, there's a chapter for that. Elm 711.13, Responsibility. Each employee, his or her supervisor or manager, and the organization share responsibility for employees' training and development. So if a manager is failing at his job, whose fault is it? It's not the manager. It's the supervisor for that manager. It's the coworker. It's the employee, and it's the damn fucking company. They're responsible because it's their job to train you. Not send you on a several $100 postal symposium when you can do all the training right there in-house. They're wondering why they need money. Stop sending people on free trips. Take care of your house in-house. You save money. And that's the problem, Denora. There you go. Because nobody learned how to be a manager. They didn't learn the right way because they're not following the policy. It's in the policy. This isn't me making shit up. It's there. Chapter 7 of the Elm. I'm not going to go into all of this, but I am going to talk about the next two Elm. I'm going to talk about this because this is important. And then I'm going to move on. 711.3, Objectives. The Postal Service plans training. The Postal Service plans training. Not the employee plans his own fucking training. They do it. Okay? And development activities based on the need and demand to enable employees to A, upgrade and maintain proficiency in their current jobs. B, acquire job-related knowledge, skills, and abilities after section 4 or assignment to a specific position or duty. C, learn new Postal Service systems, procedures, or technologies. D, develop knowledge, skills, and abilities as part of the succession planning and leadership development process. E, obtain and enhance knowledge, skills, and abilities unrelated to their present duties to attain self-determined goals or career objectives. Training and development activities also keep managers, staff, technical specialists, and others abreast of new ideas, techniques, and concepts that may apply to postal service operations. It is their job to train you, but they're not doing it. And the reason why they're not doing it is because they're promoting a culture of speed over safety. Back in the days, you had 30 days, 90 days to learn your job. When you guys became carriers, you had 90 days to learn the job. And if you sucked, adios. And if you was doing good, all right, you're going to get better. We know you're going to get better. We're going to sign you off. And now you start working on your own. That was the way it used to be. The vice president of employee relations. I don't know if he's still there. It was a guy who was a carrier back in the day. He started off as a carrier, but he implemented this program. It's not really new now, but he implemented a program to mentor new people coming in and to reinforce the ones that have been there who've forgotten shit. Cause we all know we get old, we forget shit. It's normal. Come on. Anyone up in here over 40? We start forgetting stuff. It's normal. But, but again, it's policy. They're supposed to teach us. They're failing. They failed their mission. They failed their own purpose and goal by doing it. By not doing it, I should say, because they're not doing it. Here's the next one after that one. 711.4, training and development categories. Training and development programs and learning experiences fall under 3 basic categories: formal job training, self-development training, on-the-job experiences, including feedback and coaching. But you notice how it says on-the-job experiences with feedback and coaching. They don't just send you to fucking do things on your own. Oh, here's this ditch. Tell me when it's done. What? I don't even know the route yet. Oh no, you'll figure it out. You got to 8 to get it done. You got to 8 to get it done, or else. That's a violation of the policy. That's a violation of 650. Well, excuse me. Yeah, 650. 650, and there's another one in 666. I think it is. Okay, there's so many the Postal Service has so many damn policies. It's hard to remember them all. But the fact of the matter is, if there's a committee, there's a policy already. That's the point that I'm trying to convey with this whole presentation today. So when you guys hear, so what did we learn today? We learned some policy. We learned OSHA does have power in the Postal Service, even though they make pretend they don't, because it's in the policy. We learned that training is the responsibility of management. Mentorship is the responsibility of management. Looks like the Royals. They all had their families. Yeah, of course. That's nepotism. Report it. Call the OIG. Report it. Because even though they don't do nothing, or if they may do something, they may not. But even if they don't, you have it documented that you try to do the right thing and they still didn't follow the fucking policy. Now the OIG will get in trouble for not doing their job either. It'll happen. It's a slow process, but it'll happen. Yeah, guys, I mean, we went over that. We went over how deaths can be prevented. Do you think by cutting people off their cell phones this was a clear example why we need the cell phones on the workroom floor. So maybe we need to change the policy from no cell phones to you may carry it with you, and only in the event of an emergency or during breaks, you may use the phone to contact emergency services. I mean, I think that's fair, right? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, tell me. Yeah. Oh, those phones don't work, Jess? Really? Fuck no, they don't work. They work when they want to. You may have a phone right here that works, and the one down yonder don't. So the staff over there got to walk all the way over here to use the phone, and vice versa. Yeah. Or how about COD deposits, right? We're gonna leave that one alone today. BV. Oh, sorry. Anyway. Yeah, guys, that's all I got for you today. Again, this is why if anyone wants these policies, let me know. You guys know how to reach me. The Postal Truth 1 at gmail.com. You can text me on Facebook. I'll get it to you. Text me on Instagram or what is it, X? I'm pretty much everywhere, even Rumble and YouTube. I'm thinking of because I want to start doing live sessions, like live interviews and stuff. I got a phone call today from one of our brothers out in Vegas. I won't give his last name, but his first name was Michael. And Michael and I chopped it up for about 30 minutes. Really nice guy, man. Really, really nice guy. It was great talking to him. Great meeting him. But he's planning on coming on the Postal Truth with me to discuss things that are happening in Vegas. And I mean, yeah, he's going to tell it here. He has a podcast show. I'll pull it out for you guys. I just put this away too. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. Met him today. He came recommended by someone he knows to me to come and talk to me. Said I was one of the good ones. Yeah. He is the co-host of Classes of Mail. Okay. And he's on Spotify. Classes of Mail, Spotify. But yeah. His name is Michael, lives out of Vegas. He's a city carrier, and he wants to come on here and chop it up with me. And maybe we can get Lino in on it too if he's not busy. And kind of give his opinion because he's also running for office, from my understanding. I didn't get too much into it because I had my kid running up and down, driving me nuts. But yeah, I think he's running for office too, so it'd be good to have the brothers chop it up a bit and kind of give their 411 on the matter. But yeah, he agrees also that systemic change is required. It's not requested at this point. It's necessary. We have to change. It's very important that we change because if we don't, we're going to have a problem. Okay. He's trying to get me to get on Spotify. I know nothing about Spotify. So I may do that at some point and jump in. Yeah, it'd be nice to hear the podcast in my car. I can listen to myself talk. Oh, anyway. But yeah, my wife will drive me nuts with that one. But yeah, she's really proud of me. And I'm happy because that makes this all the worth it. All the worthwhile. All the gray hairs I'm getting now. Yeah, I see myself getting gray hairs. Yeah, this job does it to you. Guys, that's it for tonight. Be safe tomorrow. Have a great weekend. I'll see you all on Sunday evening. That is your Postal Truth for the evening, and good night.